Given our limitations, how do you know you're not?
Wait, if we share in part of his knowledge, then why does he use miracles to communicate to us?
Why does he use miracles to communicate to us? Every communication of God to us is a miracle.
Oh, come on. Don't play
shit.
that bullshit.
That was
You know
good.
what I
That was
mean.
smooth, man.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Why does he have to break
Let
the
me
laws of nature to communicate
Who
to us?
says? Wait. Well, who said he's breaking the laws of physics? Who said that?
What?
Who said he's breaking? I don't think anybody said that he's breaking the laws of physics.
She did. She did.
I said he broke the laws of nature. Yeah, then then you're going to say that there's a natural way to explain how he fed,
No.
how Jesus
Let
fed
me
350,000
clarify.
people with one loaf of bread?
Did you just start swearing in this? Is that what you did?
I'm sorry, I'm from New Jersey. It's part of my language. I was taught it in school.
You're a lady. Come on now.
Oh, don't
when I'm
give
having
me
a
that.
conversation, you're not a lady.
Sir, don't start doing that.
You're a lady.
Sir, people respect you, but you also need to respect others as well. That's not very fair.
Be a good lady, Matt.
He doesn't believe women are permitted to teach men.
I didn't say that. That's not my position.
What's
We
your
are
position on that
created
issue,
as
Matt?
God. We are created as God made us, and everything that we do is just fine with.
Nope, that's not true either.
Sorry, but he will have no issue with that because he will forgive.
If one of you speaks at a time, I can have a conversation with you, and we can talk. Who's next?
Matt, can I ask you a question about something else?
I'll take that apology from you, but thank you.
Apology for asking you to be a lady? That's bad?
Yeah,
Why
of course
is that bad? What the heck is wrong with you guys? Be a lady? That's bad thing? What are you saying about that?
Matt. Hey, Matt.
What are you?
Be Ramses, Matt. Come on.
Be what?
Let's go.
Let's
Be
not
an
get caught up in
abstraction I
the
made
people.
up in my mind, Matt. Be that.
Let's
You're an
not
idiot,
get caught up
Matt.
in this. This is it. Godless, go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm having a lot of fun with you. I can tweak you guys.
Yeah, Matt, I hear I don't know if atheists are lying when they say this, like if they just made it up to talk shit or whatever. To clear it up if it's a misconception about you, or if it's true, and then you can explain why you think it was justified. Is it true that you used to beat your daughters with rods because the Bible says to do that?
No.
Okay.
Did you beat them otherwise, without rods?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. You start asking about my family and personal things, I'm not going to be answering stuff.
I didn't mean to offend you at all. I was just, you actually
I
cleared
know
up.
what's going on. I know. Look, I've had to deal with this before with some atheists. If I even answer in the slightest, then what
Matt,
they do.
what are you doing? Act like a lady.
What
Don't
the
be
fuck
so
do you
rude.
mean? How do you know what we're going to do?
Hey, don't
Guys,
overtalk.
Let me finish.
Who cares if you did? That's nothing to do with
My oldest daughter, in whom you're in reference to, Rachel, written some stuff. It's popular. I just saw her, a couple weeks ago. She was here. We got along fine. But I've never even read the thing that she wrote. I just can't as a father. But let me tell you, nobody knows everything about what happened and how she was raised and other things. I got a daughter living with us right now. Same parents. She doesn't have any problems. She doesn't write all this stuff, do this stuff. You don't have all the information, and you really shouldn't. You shouldn't bring up, stuff about a man's daughter and or son and children, and because it's a little bit too personal sometimes, and you don't have all the information.
It's also
okay, sorry. I thought it was
it's not relevant either.
Alright,
It's not relevant.
alright,
Yeah.
Telling people to act according to some sort of gender stereotype seems to be also a personal thing.
Gender stereotype.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that lady refers to a gender, right?
He told us all not to use it here.
What's wrong with me saying be a lady? Is that bad?
Yeah, I already
does that
explained it to
mean?
you.
Look, you just fell into a trap. You're saying it's bad to say act like a lady. Is something wrong with being a lady?
Yeah, of course.
So now femininity is bad? What's wrong with you guys?
Are you saying feminine? If I say being a lady is bad, you're saying it's because of femininity? Is that it?
You guys don't study biology, do you?
Can you answer a
gender
question?
isn't a biological concept.
How you? Where did you get that? The Libo schools? Look in
do
the
you have an
mirror. Take your
argument?
clothes off. Look in the mirror. You're different. The female brain and the male brain are wired differently. The
Wait,
corpus
Matt.
callosum in the female brain is twice that of a male. The
Matt,
visual,
when you see a lady on
processing
the street,
area of a
do you
male,
look at her brain and her genitals to know that she's a lady? Is that how you do it?
the physical male. Guys, the visual processing area of the male is twice the size of the females.
Do you?
You cannot tell me
you
there
switched
are no
up, Matt.
physiological differences.
Matt, you're equivocating.
Matt,
What's with
stay
you
on
guys?
topic.
Getting really
Just
hard right
buy
now.
into this liberal
Why is
idiot.
it relevant
see-
to
did you
our
guys see how Matt
dialogue
equivocated?
at all, Matt?
Matt
You guys don't.
equivocated.
You don't want to hear. You don't want to hear your sick cows being attacked, do you? With facts.
Matt, you just
Yeah,
fell into a
it's
trap,
not
right?
facts.
Matt, we
It's
have an
just you
intersex
asserting
woman.
a bunch of
Matt,
bullshit.
we have an intersex woman. She's
Can everybody
both-
stop over talking Sock because
Hey.
he's trying to have this discussion with Matt, and it seems like everybody else wants to jump in, and I kind of just want to
One
hear
at a
that.
time. One at a time. What is an
Socrates
intersex
is
person?
So,
missing
Matt.
something- Socrates is missing something very basic, right?
What's the basic thing I'm missing?
Look, he's saying if he's calling gender biological, then when God commands someone to be a lady, he's commanding them to change their biology.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
What?
I'm sorry. That's a good observation.
That made no sense at all.
Of course
If I
it
say to a
did.
woman, act like a woman, a man, act like a man, that's bad? Is it bad?
No, it's not bad at all. If we go with what
If
he's just said.
if it was identical to biological facts, then any way any woman acts ever is acting like a woman, right?
Did
So
I
it's an
say they
empty
were
claim-
identical?
So it's
Golly,
it's
guys.
an empty claim to make
Think.
it's an empty demand to make two a woman. That just means act like you are acting.
No, no,
This means act like your biology.
no.
he means
There's
how
more
she-
to it. Look, let me tell you guys something. I can see that women are just better at some things than men. They multitask better. I don't know how my wife was able to hear a child crying while she's able to change a diaper of another, and I'm climbing the walls. She was just better. The love that I saw in her eyes for the baby after birth was greater than that love that I had. It was just incredible to see the natural femininity that was so beautiful there. A man can
Begging
pick
the
up
question.
a woman and throw her. A
You
man
think
is
that's just
strong. He has-
because you're a man, Matt?
Let me finish.
Matt, do you think
Guys,
No.
you let me
JJ,
finish. I'm not going
please
to have
let him
conversations
finish.
with you.
Please let him finish. Please let him finish.
A man has certain characteristics. He has more testosterone. His brain has twice the visual processing area of the average female. Just as the average female has twice the corpus callosum, the connective tissue between the left and right hemispheres, twice that of a male. There are physiologically normative differences between biological male and biological female. You can't just say, and this is what I get a kick out of. And this is the first time I've ever talked about this with any unbelievers. You can't just say, "Oh, gender is whatever you want it to be." Well, who said? Who says so? You make
the
it up.
definition of sex is one that is based on biology, on your chromosomes. However, gender is understood to be the socially constructed understanding of men and women, both in their social roles and of a variety of things. Right.
Oh, I would say it's more
hold on.
than that.
Hold on. We gave you the floor, so hold on a second, right? So if you're referring to sex, then I would say there are three sexes: male, female, and intersex, right? Which comes based on birth defects. If
What's
we're talking
intersex?
about gender, it doesn't seem that that something that gender would be limited in such a way.
What's intersex?
Intersex is a variety of different biological defects, such as Klinefelter syndrome, that lead to an individual not having a clear biological basis for being man or female, right? Such as having two Y chromosomes, right? Being
Okay.
XYY or XXY, right? Having three of those chromosomes. That's just another example. We have a member of our server, right, who has that.
Okay.
So do you not think that they should be able to choose their own gender?
I don't know what that means when they say to choose their own gender because I don't know more details about the individual.
She has a penis and a vagina.
The person does, or hermaphrodite?
Yes, true hermaphrodite.
Yes.
Well, then, at that point, I would just say, do the best you
God
can.
fucked up.
go the way you can and be what you want to be there.
Right, but they can choose their gender.
Why
Well,
can't
they can
everybody
choose their
else?
because they don't have both.
Right. So then the point stands that you saying to someone, hey, act like a lady, when you don't actually know whether she or he may be a lady is kind of like, questionable.
We're missing the main point that, because Matt, you had said that the woman average. You were talking about the averages of a woman, the averages of a man, the brain size, certain qualities. So if we can give you someone that you would say is a man that meets all the qualities that you say is an average for a female, but you still call them a man, right? So those things do not necessitate.
I don't know if that's the case.
So we can't. So you don't think there's a case?
Well, you're a man, right?
Who? Wait, listen to me. Wait, Matt. You don't think there's cases where a woman has has more testosterone than a man?
I don't know.
Yeah, there are such things as like sexual.
Well, Matt,
defect.
there's many cases. I can tell you right now, there's many cases of women having higher testosterone than a man.
Okay, so you're saying there's a woman and a man. You just said man and woman.
So you can't use that as a quality to identify a man or woman.
I didn't say it was a quality. It's called the fallacy of composition, where the part is representing the whole.
No, man, I didn't make
That's
the
not the cat fallacy. That's not that.
So what is it that you're using to identify a man and a woman? Just their external genitalia and look? Is that what you're going
You're
with?
a female, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But I'm asking you, regardless of what I am, I'm asking you, what is it that you use as Matt Slick to identify individual?
Well, the first thing I did was ask you a question. I asked you.
I asked you before you asked me, Matt.
But I'm answering you. You said, what do I use? I heard your voice. And then I asked
but I'm
you.
not. Yeah. But my question wasn't with regards to you trying to figure out what I am. If you see somebody down the street, how do you figure out what they are without hearing them speak?
I already brought up this point. You just avoided the topic.
By looking.
What does that mean? What are the attributes that you're seeing?
Generally, if a woman is walking across the street with a short skirt on and she's got boobs hanging out, I go, girl. I don't say guy. What do you guys do? You say, what do you guys do? What do you guys do? You say, hey, that's a
All right,
what?
we're about to tell you, Matt. Hold on. Go on, Brett.
There's some places. There's
I like
plenty of
them.
places where that's not a reliable guide.
I got a question. This is really fascinating to me. Seriously, I want to ask something. Why is this a big deal for you? Seriously, why is it a big idea? Big deal
It's a
for
big.
you?
Hold up a minute. I'll answer this because it seemed to have started with me. It's a big deal because instead of answering my question, you dismissed it and my entire discussion by sidebarring and saying act like a lady. That's why this is a big issue because look at the entire discussion and how it's devolved now. Instead of actually answering my question, you sidetracked, dodged it completely, and said act like a lady.
Yeah, that's true.
No. You know why I said it to you? Do you know why I
You
said
can
it to
keep
you?
saying no and interrupting me like the typical man you are, or you can answer my question.
Destroyed me.
Everyone calm down, calm down. Everyone
said
calm
it
down.
because-
Everyone stop.
I said it for a couple of reasons. One, to see what reaction I would get out of you guys. The other
I
one
was just
because-
trolling, guys.
No, I learned this way. And the other one was because you just, for no reason, started cussing and using foul language. Come on.
What?
Let's have an
Anybody
adjustment.
who knows me knows that.
Hold on. Yeah, she actually
We're
explained.
so bad.
She said that's part of her normal vernacular, and then in response, you said the
Okay,
lady
well,
thing. I'm sorry,
part of
Jovan.
my-
Wait, hold
Part of
on.
my
Even
normal
like
vernacular is to speak the way I do, so don't complain.
Well, right.
No one is complaining about
cursing
I just
versus-
want-
Yeah.
I just
Go on,
wanted
Jovan.
to apologize to Matt for the hysterical woman, and just ask that he goes back and just ask that she gets to ask her question again.
Who gave Jovan a cell phone signal? Can somebody take it away from him again?
Jovan, we need to insist that when you're on your mobile phone, you
There's
don't
there's
speak.
too many people, guys. Can we get how about we have a one-on-one conversation between Matt and Socrates?
If it's just how she is because she likes to cuss, I swear because that's what she's raised, then you can't complain to me If I say it's just how it is and how I see things.
They're disanalogous.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, no, you
No.
can't.
No,
Oh, it's
cursing-
okay for her. It's just the way it is for her. But it's not okay with just the way for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah, I just want to see how the hypocrisy worked.
You can't say it's hypocrisy without knowing the reasons behind it, Matt.
Yes, I just gave you the reason.
No,
because of the way
reason
she
why
is.
I
That's the way
said that
she
they're
is.
different.
That's the way I am.
Right.
Is that okay for her to be the way she is, but not for me to be the way I am?
Are you saying that there's the affectations of curses are similar to, like, say, empirical observations? Is that it?
You are really reaching. What kind of lure are you using?
So here's an example, Matt. Right? When I say this is a fucking watermelon, right? I'm not
All right.
making.
Who else can I
claim
talk
of
to?
some
Who else
sort.
can I talk to?
Ah, get wrecked. Look at that. Run away.
I just want to talk to somebody else when I don't have to put up with puerile conversation. I prefer adult conversation using logic.
Okay.
Well, you
Let's
can't
do
tell
it.
the difference between language affectations and observations and making a claim. So there you go.
I'm disappointed in you.
Sorry, Matt. I think Socrates deserves to be crushed, and honestly, that's why I wanted to see you too. But if
He won't.
serious,
First
I
off,
just-
Gigi, you know that's not going to happen because Matt's too fucking snowflakey to even engage with. You. I don't know what you're trying
That's
to
true.
do. The dude just got offended because he said fucking watermelon, and you think that he's going to smash him? That's laughable.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
Broflake. White says broflake.
I'm
You
thoroughly.
can't
Hey, you
even
guys are awesome.
tell the difference between a curse
you
and an
are
observation.
You are kind of fragile.
You know.
No, I'm not.
He'll say like I was just
Mage
trying to learn or
male-
something.
It's male fragility.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever you want to say.
He gets infinities wrong. He can't tell the difference between cursing and like observations. It's
Who
kind of
said I couldn't
ridiculous.
handle cursing?
Matt, well, I just want to.
Who said I couldn't handle cursing? I didn't say that.
Well, you
You
implied
guys
it.
don't listen very clearly. You
From a
don't listen
woman,
very
you don't
clearly. You assume way too much.
See, you
I just
implied it.
asked. I said, "Can I talk to someone who doesn't curse?" And I just have a logical conversation.
Oh, wait,
The
did I offend you?
conversation is
when I cursed?
literally about
You
the
wanna know
language,
why?
though, Matt.
You want to know why?
It's a conversation about language being used, and now you're arguing that you guys are discussing the language that's being used. He used an example, and you're like, I just want to talk to somebody who doesn't curse. The entire discussion is about that. Calm
it's not.
down, man.
No, it's not. And when I forgot who it was, when someone defended her, said she's raised in Jersey. It's just the way she is and how she works. Well, then why is it okay for her and not for me?
I was
You
explaining
guys
to you.
Because
don't
you're
even
using
I
your
was
language.
explaining.
No, hold up a minute. You are using the entire. You are using my language as a way to shut down the discussion. Whereas I was
I'm
saying
still
I don't
talking.
appreciate you using that sort of language to shut down my conversation with you.
You're
Instead
still
of
talking?
addressing it, you dodged it. Well, yeah, you still never addressed it because you're too fucking,
I just asked
don't
you
know,
to.
special to
What
even
I was saying was
touch
act like a
on it.
lady, and you don't have to cuss and be foul and dirty.
I don't know
Just
why.
talk.
Why shouldn't I? Wait, hold up a minute. I don't have
Excuse
to.
me.
I don't understand.
Squidge.
You don't understand what foul and dirty is?
Right,
No,
quick, so
I don't understand what. Do you
so-
understand where you W chat, man? Are you kidding me right now? You're gonna play
Come
holier
on,
than thou? I
come
understand you're a
on,
preacher,
people.
and believe me, I understand that. But come on, you're on a
You guys are
platter.
helping me a lot more than you realize.
Molly
Confirming.
wanted to say
Okay, so,
something.
Go on, Molly. I'm
You're-
sorry, man.
It's all right, Squishy. So you're reckoning that because someone chooses to use street language or foul language, or however you wish to choose it, that you're automatically assuming that they're foul and dirty.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I know that you said before that the only thing that bothers you is like using God's name in vain, which I've never really quite understood.
I said that's the thing that
They're-
offends me. Offends. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, offend you.
Okay.
I think it's just the mere words of saying, the F word, in other words, that's just a bit of way for you to deflect a situation.
No,
They're
it's not. Why,
words.
you guys want
They're-
to ask me
they're-
why
see-
I'm ask me why I'm doing this with you guys. Somebody ask, and I'll tell you why.
Well,
Nobody
it seems to
asks.
me
You guys
that-
accuse.
well, perhaps because you tend to cut people off.
Sorry.
I believe that tended to be a bit of grandstanding on your part, and to say be a lady. I'm quite a lady, thank you, and I cuss like a sailor just getting off a ship.
All right. Anybody want to ask why I'm doing this?
Why are you doing
I
this?
want to know about taking the Lord's name in vain.
Taking the Lord's name in vain out of Exodus 20, 1 through 17. You honor the Lord your God and not use his name or titles of his name and titles of his existence and majesty in any way reverential and respectful and honorable.
Didn't answer my question about the foul language.
What was your question? Sorry, ma'am, the lady. Whatever.
Sorry.
I don't know what to call you. Okay, I'm walking back and forth. I'm not looking at the screen.
Molly.
Turning and talking. Parley.
Molly
Okay.
works.
Molly. Okay. Thanks, Molly.
Molly works.
What's your question,
You
Molly?
know what? It's cussing horse long enough. Carry on.
What? I thought you wanted me to ask her a question. Answer your question.
I guess she didn't want to know
Just
anymore
added
about.
that. I don't care to
cussing.
answer. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't understand. I couldn't understand what she
Just
said.
reminding everyone that Matt ran away from the discussion.
I'm still here for the discussion, asking you guys to ask me the questions and
You,
what it was, and how come I running away if that's what I'm
You
sitting here asking
refused
you?
to continue to engage with Socrates while he was calmly asking you to answer a question.
Which one is Socrates of you, many of you,
this
who
is
jump on me
me.
all at once? Whoever Socrates is, ask the
I'm right
question.
here. Okay, so we were talking earlier about, well, you made the claim, right? If Squishy is allowed to curse, then I'm allowed to do X because, quote, that's just the way I am, right? That was your argument, right?
I didn't say she wasn't allowed to.
No, I said if she's allowed to curse, then you're allowed to use whatever language you want. That was your argument.
No.
Oh, then can you please repeat it?
After several parlays here back and forth, someone said she's from New Jersey. It's just how she, I don't know exact words, raised, how she is as part of her. And then that was, everybody goes, yeah, that's right. So it's okay. The way I was raised, what's part of me, is to try and have conversations without people being so,
curse-worthy.
Yeah, pejorative, puerile, whatever you want to call it. That's all. So if it's okay for her, it's okay for me. I didn't say she couldn't cuss.
How's that different from the way I characterized it?
See,
sorry?
it just seems that there's a massive difference between the way what you're doing versus what she's doing.
Yeah,
a massive difference. So that's so subjectively vague.
Yeah,
I can't
so
respond.
I can
Silent.
explain.
I just want to get one thing hammered down, and then you do the explain. Is that okay?
I don't know
Silent.
who you're talking to.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
asking Silent.
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
I just want to. When I characterize your position as being, well, she's allowed to curse, so I should be allowed to use the language that I'm using, right? Well, how is that different from what you just explained?
I didn't say use the language I'm using. I said if it is her way, the way she was raised. She said something about a physical location, New Jersey, raised in that location. It's part of her
Right,
way
yeah.
she is.
Right.
If that's okay, then it's also okay for me to use the same excuse, the same thing. This is the way I was raised. I was raised in multiple locations, however.
Okay.
Okay. So what's the problem?
All right. So
That's
what
all.
your argument boils down to, as far as I remember, so this is how I characterize it, apparently, is that because of the way she's raised, to allow her to curse, you can now use the excuse, well, that's because that's the way I'm raised, to engage in any arbitrary other act, right? So that's what
I didn't say any arbitrary.
Well,
You
then-
should represent my
Look,
position
There's
accurately.
it's just a false analogy, and the false analogy is what you are saying is to quiet her in the conversation and be degrading, whereas what she is saying is simply part of her vernacular that is in no way addressed to insult you or intended to insult you. Do you
It's a
understand
motive.
the difference?
Okay, so now you know her intention. Okay.
Hey, Squishy,
So-
when you
so,
randomly just say
let
the
me-
word, when you randomly say a curse word in a sentence that's not addressing someone directly, are you intending to insult them?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to go based off what she says to be her intentions. Are you
wasn't-
saying, Matt, that when you were addressing her directly and you were saying act like a lady, you weren't trying to put her down?
No.
And what was your intentions when doing that?
You guys, I keep telling you.
There he is. He's
Let-
dodging again.
Okay, look, you need to stop. Okay, because I'm getting a kick out of this because I keep telling you guys, do you want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing? No
Yes,
one asked.
please.
Okay, tell us.
Matt, I would love to know why you were doing
Thank
what you were
you.
doing.
No,
I love
I don't want
your voice, by the way.
Please. Thank you very much for liking my voice.
Thanks a
Yeah, you
lot,
got a
baby,
nice
for
voice.
giving it.
Yeah, what's your
Damn
intent?
it.
What are your intentions?
The intention is to discover the behavior of unbelievers. Because you see, the Bible talks about certain behavior of unbelievers. It talks
Matt,
about
can I
how.
stop you for 1 second? And I'm sorry to interrupt you in your
Mm-hmm.
sermon. You were an unbeliever. You know
Yeah.
what the behavior of an unbeliever was,
Yep.
is. You had friends who were unbelievers, and to go through the whole motion of playing with people's feelings in this way is terribly cruel. And I don't think God would like that.
I'm not playing.
You just said you
You
were playing.
are.
Look,
I didn't say I was
don't
playing.
want you to know. I
Why
don't
don't
want
you
to
guys
know.
let me finish? Why don't you let me finish? Look, you know what you guys do? You can think about what you do. It's me basically
It's
against
just
everybody.
meta, Matt.
Yeah, he's
hold
dodging
on.
your question, Silent.
Hold on.
This
Just
is
shut
what the
up for a
atheist
second.
does.
Stop with this dodging accusation. You don't even, I know you just whacked. Look, I'm trying to work with you guys. Multiple people are coming at me at once. It's difficult to have a conversation and follow each logistical path that each one of you wants to go through. The reason I said what I said earlier is because I believe that unbelievers act in a way that's contrary to godliness. I'm in this room, and what's really been interesting about this room is, for the most part, people have been very polite. I've been in here several times, and I've really enjoyed the conversation. But I've come in sometimes and just listen, and you guys don't know I'm here for. You do, and you don't comment. That's fine. And I listen to the foul language, and I think it's intriguing. I do. I think it's intriguing. Why they do that? What's it's not me judging them.
This is just.
I
this is
agree,
just-
Matt.
It's not me
That is
judging them.
intriguing.
And so
Well,
I
yes,
wonder.
Why are you interrupting him, JJ? Shut up. Let him finish.
Let me finish. And so I find it intriguing. I find it. People behave according to what they believe. So I'm going, okay, I believe that I should not use such foul language. Sometimes I slip, you hit your hand with a hammer. And, okay. But I mean, for the norm, you don't do that. At least that's my belief. So I hear people talk this way. I'm intrigued by what is in their hearts that they have to be so foul and stuff. Now, maybe to them it's not foul. I had a professor in seminary, we're going someplace, and he said S-H-I-T. And I remember being shocked, but I also knew the context of his dairy farm being raised days. That was not a pejorative to him. So I understood it in that context. So I theorize, and because I have Asperger's, I'm always learning from people and trying to understand them. So when I'm sitting here, I go, if I say this statement, act like a lady related to cussing, I want to see what's going to happen. Because it's not playing, it's I'm going to see how they are in this group. Because they have been one way, I want to see if they're going to be a little bit different way. And boy, you guys sure were. And then what really happened, which I found fascinating, the gender issue. That is, to me, was, oh, you guys jumped right all over this. You don't want gender stuff. Just like God says in the last days will occur. In Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 31.
So Matt, all you're trying to do is get a rise out of people. Then
no, don't. I'm not.
And
No,
also,
I'm trying
it
to do is
seems
get a
like
rise.
Matt
Nope.
lied. And the reason I think you lied is for one reason. Hold on. It's for the one reason when you said, like earlier, when this was brought up, you were making fun of, I think, at least three of us for being like, what, libs or something, right? You were being not only dismissive, it wasn't an inquiry, a method of inquiry, right? It was an active dismissal. And I don't understand what you mean, like, when you essentially say, I told you to act like a lady because I want to understand atheists, or like I wanted to manipulate you because I have Asperger's.
What's your name?
Socrates.
Socrates. We will not have any further conversation because you called me a liar. I don't have conversations with people who call me that because I can't have any discourse with them. You attacked my character, you attacked my motives, and I did not lie. You guys
lied about your motives, so there you go.
No, I did not lie about my motives.
Socrates is playing the mind reader here.
Yeah,
Damn.
and Socrates, trying to play the mind reader, and you guys need to back off and stop.
There we go.
Because you want to attack Matt Slick.
The hell's Matt Slick?
Speaking of attacking Matt Slick, Matt, we debated 4 years ago on your show. You probably won't remember, but my name's Johnny Brotherton, and it was with Atheist Analysis, and you totally crushed me in that debate. Just so just so everybody knows, we listened to it the other day. We're like, oh yeah, because we were laughing about how bad you crushed me. But I always respected that, and it's drove me to want to learn a lot more. So I appreciate it.
Amen, brother.
I'm not sure how to. Did you say amen? So you're.
It's meant to be positive. You could just say thanks.
Yeah, thanks. I just enjoy this. This is. I mean, you can understand. I'm a guy. I enjoy this. But you call me a liar, our conversation's off. I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah,
So your intention was to see what Squishy would do, or see what the woman who you're referring to. I know you never know names, but you were intending to see what her reaction would be. Is that correct?
So who else wants to ask a good question?
Yeah, a bunch of party
I just asked you a question.
Hey,
Guys, please be nice to Matt.
No, I did not. You guys are misrepresenting me. I keep coming back to you and saying that's not what I said.
I wanted to ask you something.
Which is proof that you guys repeatedly misrepresent me.
So you're not going to answer my question that I just asked 30 seconds
You
ago?
called me a liar, right?
I didn't call you a liar. Socrates called you a liar.
No, that was all silent.
Okay. Sorry. You sound a little bit similar to the Socrates guy. You're not Socrates?
No, I'm not Socrates.
Okay.
They sound the same.
Go ahead then. Ask your question. Sorry. Just trying to keep track of everybody.
Yeah, so you were trying to get a reaction out of the woman who you were talking to? You wanted to see how she would respond?
That's one of the things I wanted, to see what she would say and what everybody else would say. I want to know how the makeup of the room is.
Why do you want to know that?
And I think she should act like a lady.
That's fine. Why did you want to know that?
Because that's how I'm made up. That's what I do.
What does that mean?
You know what Asperger's is?
Are you appealing to your nature?
Yeah, just like you guys have defended her by appealing to her nature. So I have Asperger's. Do you know what Asperger's is?
I know what Asperger's is.
Okay.
Do you think that people ought do what's in their nature?
There's a yes and a no, depending on what aspect of what you're talking about with ought. Is it a moral ought or a logical ought? Just because
what do you think a logical ought means? I'm not sure I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Well, you know what a logical ought.
Please? We have way better people than this.
Okay, well.
I don't mean you, Matt.
Why don't you get involved, Krill?
I thought his questions were good.